Let's be clear about what's coming. Donald Trump is not just likely to issue mass pardons when he leaves office, he's reportedly already promised to do exactly that. Hi, I'm Nate Charles, and welcome back to the Rule of Law Brief. According to recent news reports, he's told aides he may pardon everyone who has come within 200 feet of the Oval Office before January 2029. This isn't hypothetical, it's a pattern. Since returning to office, Trump has already issued over 1,600 clemency grants, many to political allies, donors, and even individuals tied to serious criminal conduct. He's already granted mass pardons to more than 1,500 January 6th rioters. And now, according to multiple reports, he's openly discussing sweeping, preemptive pardons for his own administration officials, essentially immunizing them in advance for anything they may have done on his orders. Legally, that might be possible. The Constitution gives the president broad authority to pardon federal offenses, but there are limits that matter. A pardon does not stop impeachment, and it only applies to federal law inside the United States. Now, layer on something even more concerning. A 2024 Supreme Court decision gives Trump sweeping immunity for official acts as president of the United States. So combine those two things. Presidential immunity for himself, preemptive pardons for everyone around him. And what you get is a system where an entire administration could act with near total protection from domestic criminal accountability. That's not just aggressive use of executive power, it is structural evasion of the rule of law. But here's what almost no one is talking about. That protection stops at the border. Presidential pardons have zero legal effect under international law. The International Criminal Court, established by the Rome Statute, operates independently of U.S. pardon authority. Now, we actually broke this down in detail in a piece we published on December 9th, 2025, explaining exactly why the United States has historically refused to join the ICC. If you haven't seen that, the link will be in the episode notes for this video. So here's the question. If a president uses constitutional powers to shield himself and his entire inner circle from accountability under U.S. law, why should that also shield them from accountability globally? It shouldn't. A future administration that takes the rule of law seriously should reevaluate U.S. participation in the Rome Statute. Because once you step into that framework, presidential pardons don't matter. Immunity claims don't carry the same weight, and in fact carry no weight, and accountability becomes possible again. We're talking about potential investigations and prosecutions at The Hague, not as political retaliation, but as a legal backstop when domestic systems are deliberately neutralized. Because if the law cannot function internally, then external legal mechanisms become essential. If the United States wants to be taken seriously when it talks about the rule of law, it has to be willing to apply that principle to itself. And if it won't, or if it can't, international law becomes not just relevant, but necessary.